What's up, everybody? Welcome to this episode of Market Watch for the week of January 31st through February 7th. I'm Jason Zwolak of the Zwolak Group with First Team and Christie's International Real Estate. Hope you all had a great week and are enjoying your weekend thus far. So if you're joining us for the first time, each week I take a look at Orange County and Irvine as a whole, the housing market as a whole, and then I dive a little bit more into the Irvine market, break it up into three categories, and really look at what has transpired over the past week. I usually get this out on Friday. I apologize. I've been a little bit under the weather, so had to push it off and do it get it out to you guys today. So I'm going to take a look at Orange County first. So let's check out the numbers. So in Orange County, over the last week, we had 487 homes sell. The average days on market for those homes was 54. The average list price was just over $1,046,000. Average sale price just over $1,039,000 with a 99.3% list to sold ratio, which is amazing. We did see the inventory rise just over 2% from 3,953 last week to 4,043 homes this week in Orange County. So we did see the inventory rise up a little bit. We saw a little bit of an anomaly last week where the inventory actually dipped down below 4,000 homes, but it has bounced back slightly, and it's only going up about 2% week over week, and that's really what we're going to see. We typically, every spring, as we move into the spring market, we start to see the inventory rise. However, this year it's been rising quite slow. The one thing that was really interesting this week, and I pointed out, was the list to sold ratio at almost 100%. That's amazing. And really what it is because of the lack of supply, lack of inventory. There's more demand, there's more buyers out there, but there is a lack of inventory. So the homes that are hitting the market, they're getting picked up really quickly. And if they're priced right, they're going to sell, and they're going to sell fast. Now, as we move into the spring market, sellers may come on, and you got to remember, don't overprice your house because it will sit. Because inevitably what ends up happening is they see these houses flying off the market, and they're like, we're going to come on and we're going to increase our price. We're going to go for try to maximize as much as we can out of this, and you're going to overprice it, and it's going to end up sitting, and you're going to end up dropping your price to get it sold. So just remember that. Price your home correctly the first time. It'll sell for top dollar, and it will sell quickly. So that's Orange County. So let's take a look and see what happened in Irvine as a whole last week. So in Irvine last week, there were 54 homes sold. The average days on market for those homes was 60 days. The average list price was $1,041,148. The average sold price was $1,019,724 with a list to sold ratio of 97.9%. So that's up a full percent over last week, and it's not quite as high as the Orange County list to sold ratio, but it is still very strong. The number of active homes on the market was 489 this week compared to 471 last week. So again, we did see a small increase in the number of homes that came onto the market over from last week to this week. And I think, as I said, talked about Orange County, we should see that every week moving forward. We should see a small increment, small number of homes coming on the market to increase our supply. So that is really where we are right now when you look at the market as a whole in Irvine. So now each week, as you know, I break it down into three segments. So the first segment is going to be first-time home buyer, then I do step-up, then I do luxury. So first-time home buyer is for anything priced between $0 and $750,000. So let's take a look. So from $0 to $750,000, we had 106 homes on the market, and that is actually up from 83 last week. So it was very interesting. We saw about a 20% drop from January 24th to the 31st. Then now from the 31st to now, we're seeing a 20% increase. So there's a little bit of a rebound there in the active inventory. The average days on market for those homes that are currently on the market is 60, and that's down from 74 last week. So the homes that have been on the market that are selling, they've sold off, and now we've really only right now there's the average days on market is only 60 days. And we had 17 homes sell last week versus 14 this week. So first-time home buyer market, always a strong market. Just because the buyer pool is a lot bigger. You not only have the first-time home buyers, but you have investors looking in this category to maybe find a rental property or their first rental property. So you have a much bigger buyer pool in this category. So it really did bounce back this week. We're seeing the inventory come up, which is good for the buyers, but it's still a strong seller's market in this category and pretty much for all the categories until we get into the high end. So now that we've taken a look at the first-time home buyer, let's take a look at the step-up category, which is anything from $750,000 to $1.25 million. Let's take a look. So the step-up market, which is, like I said, is $750,000 to $1.25 million. We had 183 homes on the market, actually down slightly from 187 last week. So just a small decrease in the number of homes, about 2% or so. The number of homes sold was 24 versus 19 last week. So we did see demand go up. We saw more homes sell over last week, and that could be related to why the inventory dropped, because more homes sold and there weren't as many homes coming on the market. So really that they didn't offset. The average days on market for the homes that are currently on the market right now is 66 days. That's down slightly from 68 last week. So we're really seeing this market as being a strong market, and it's been like that for the last couple of weeks. And it's really, we're seeing there's a lot of people in this market. They're moving up from maybe their first home, and there are some first-time home buyers, in all honesty, in this category as well. But we like to break it up into these and call it the step up, because we do see a lot of people moving from the first-time purchase, which is in the under 750 range, moving up into this category. But it is a really strong bread and butter market here in Irvine especially. So it's a strong market, still a strong seller's market in this category. But again, it all depends on pricing, making sure your price is right. And again, we're hoping that we're going to see inventory start to increase as we move into the spring. Right now, it's really kind of stagnant where we are right now. So now that we've taken a look at those two, we look at the luxury. Luxury is anything over $1.25 million. And remember, there's a smaller buyer pool here, so we typically see different numbers here than compared to the other categories. So let's check them out. So in the Irvine luxury market, there's 200 homes currently on the market. That's up from 197 last week. The average days on market is at 101 for those homes. It was 100 last week. We did see 13 homes sell this week compared to 9 last week. This has actually been the strongest week since the beginning of the year for the luxury side. This is the most homes that have sold in a week in the 1.25 million or higher range. So that's great news for all of our luxury sellers out there. So typically in this category, you're going to see more homes on the market because the buyer pool is smaller, like I was saying. There's not as many people looking in the luxury. And as the price gets higher, the buyer pool gets smaller. And that's just typically of any market. There's just not as many people that can afford the homes. So although the luxury market has been stronger, and it was strong all through last half of last year, it is strong right now. We typically see it a lot different than these other markets, and we end up seeing them sit on the market longer. However, those days on market have been cut in half this year, which is great. And we sometimes see them take a little bit lower list to sold ratio because people are wanting to make that move, so they decide to a little bit more room for negotiation. And that's just what we see in the marketplace. So that's what's happening in and around Orange County. It's still a super strong seller's market. If you are thinking of selling, get on the market now. Get your house ready. Talk to an agent. Get them in. Go through. Make sure your house is aligned properly. I've talked about alignment over and over again, right? Priced right. Looks right. Like move-in ready condition. Declutter the home. And you want to market it properly. So you want to make sure it's marketed to the T. You want to make sure it's priced right. You want to make sure it's move-in ready. It's looks like a model home. Get it on the market, and you will get top dollar, and it will sell quickly. As a buyer, come up with a strategy. Sit down with your agent. Make sure they have a strategy to find you the home. But not only find you the right home, get the home. If you're going to be dealing with multiple offers potentially because of the price point you're in, you need to have a strategy for that. There are different things that you can do with writing your offers that are going to potentially make your offer stand out. So make sure you have that strategy and it works. So I hope you guys all have a great week. And last but not least, I almost forgot. Sorry about that. Mortgage rates have been pretty much the same this week as last week. They're hovering between that 3.5 and 4 range, depending on the product that you're looking. So definitely want to reach out to a lender if you have any questions, you can contact us as well. And talk about you getting your pre-approved before you hit that market. But rates are still good. They're really driving the market, which is awesome. So as always, if you have any questions, please let us know. You can comment here in the video. You can just reach out to us directly. We're here to help. We're really here to educate you guys and make sure that you have your finger on the pulse of the market each and every week. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified every time a new video is released. Again, I hope you guys all have a fantastic week. And until next time, take care, everybody.